The 2026 World Cup group stage has officially concluded with many tense, dramatic, and surprising matches. Most of the top teams showcased their strength. However, the race for the championship title is still a long way off. Ahead of the major tournament in North America, there are 8 leading contenders for the prestigious Gold Trophy. Although all have qualified for the knockout rounds, not all have delivered performances that live up to expectations. So, before we move on to the exciting and anticipated knockout matches, let's look back at how the 8 top teams performed after the group stage. Which team is proving itself worthy of winning the World Cup this time? Some teams have yet to reassure their fans after experiencing tense moments. The most disappointing is the Portuguese team, with only 5 points after the group stage. Finishing second in Group K, behind Colombia, is what Portugal has shown so far in the biggest football tournament on the planet. They boast a squad considered a golden generation, led by the greatest goalscorer in football history, Cristiano Ronaldo. But all this team has offered fans is a crushing victory against the Asian team Uzbekistan, which was too weak in every aspect. The rest were 2 disappointing draws against the Democratic Republic of Congo and Colombia. Even without the brilliance of goalkeeper Diogo Costa and his assistants, Portugal would have suffered a defeat in the final match against the South American representative. Overall, the problem for the team from the Iberian Peninsula lies within themselves. Coach Roberto Martinez seems unable to fully utilize the value of the stars he possesses. 2 Champions League winners and the best playmaker in history are outmatched, while Ronaldo struggles to be effective due to age. Meanwhile, the remaining players like Petronetto, Felix, and Rafael Leao have only brought disappointment, and that is the reason for what could be considered a poor performance from this top contender. Ahead of Portugal is Croatia in the round of 16, and then possibly Spain in the round of 8, aiming for a repeat of the Nations League final from a year ago. If they don't quickly bounce back, don't be surprised if this World Cup continues to be a disappointing tournament for Cristiano Ronaldo and the entire team. Portugal's squad is not weak, especially their midfield with many world-class stars. But perhaps their problems lie with coach Roberto Martinez. Will he be able to lead this team to success, or will he continue to leave his career unfinished, as he did when coaching Belgium? Everything is still ahead, and the important thing is how Portugal bounces back. The German team also hasn't inspired confidence. Besides the disappointment of Portugal, Germany is the team that has failed to meet fans' expectations. They brought a squad to North America with a mix of experience and youth. But all they managed was a crushing victory over Curaçao in their opening match before struggling to cross the border, thanks to a brilliant performance from substitute Dennis Undap, and suffering a complete defeat against Ecuador in the final group stage match. Although the South American representatives are showing extremely disappointing form after the first 2 matches, it's true that the strength of the German squad can hardly compare to France, England, or Spain. The important thing is that they haven't learned much from their failure at the Euro on home soil 2 years ago. The defense, with the return of veteran Manuel Neuer, hasn't brought much solidity. On the contrary, coach Julian Nagelsmann has lost a reliable defensive anchor, Nico Slotterbeek, due to injury. Could this be Germany's Achilles heel in this tournament, hindering their progress? The midfield, with Alexander Pavlovic still lacking experience, is hampered. Meanwhile, Joshua Kimmich is pushed to the right flank instead of being in the center to maximize his ball-playing potential. Felix and Mia may be a bright spot for Germany in this tournament, but the Borussia Dortmund star alone cannot work miracles, especially with so many concerns in attack. Coach Julian Nagelsmann has yet to bring about an overwhelming attacking style against powerful opponents with aggressive pressing. Many experts have noted that German Musiala and Florian's lack of form has significantly impacted Germany's strength. The former Bayern Munich manager's task is to help his 2 players quickly rediscover their form before exploding in the knockout stage. Germany's opponent in the round of 16 will be Paraguay, and their biggest challenge will be France in the round of 8 if both teams win. This is where the four-time World Cup champions will prove their strength. Brazil, Netherlands, Spain, and England. Alongside teams that haven't lived up to expectations, Brazil, the Netherlands, Spain, and England are contenders who have shown their strength by excelling in the group stage, finishing top. Although they couldn't secure all 9 points, they overcame difficulties to prove their worth, promising incredibly exciting matchups in the knockout rounds. Brazil, after a disappointing draw against Morocco, quickly demonstrated their strength with 2-3-0 victories against Scotland. The brilliance of the 5-time World Cup champions lies in their unpredictability under Carlo Ancelotti's guidance. We have the feeling that Brazil still has much potential to unleash, and isn't just a team underestimated due to the absence of many quality stars. Therefore, if they want to aim for the 6th star on their jersey, the strategy for the players must overcome the first obstacle, Japan, an opponent they lost to in their most recent friendly match. As for the Netherlands, they don't want to overestimate their attack at this World Cup. But because their 3 consecutive wins have revealed the team's incredibly impressive performance, coach Ronald Koeman has shown his flexibility by relying on Ryan Bray, and this is a crucial turning point that helped the Orange team achieve their goal of topping the group. Their real challenge will be Morocco in the round of 32, and this is where the 2010 World Cup runner-up will show their status as a true title contender. Spain seems to be teasing their fans. After a disappointing defeat against Cape Verde, failing to break through goalkeeper Vinha's defense, Spain quickly bounced back with a resounding 4-0 victory over Saudi Arabia. However, in their final match against Uruguay, a somewhat fortunate goal secured the top spot for the Spanish team. Overall, the strength of Luis de la Fuente's side was evident at the right time, and if Lamine Yamal regains his best form, that will be the moment the European champions aim for the World Cup. Their next challenge will be the disciplined Austrian team, and if they overcome this opponent, Spain will have the opportunity to settle the score with Portugal in the Nations League final. The 6 teams receiving the most media attention are England. After their impressive performance against Croatia, the 3 Lions began to show inconsistencies in their play with a draw against Ghana and a hard-fought victory over Panama in their final match. To say that Thomas Tuchel's team has lived up to expectations isn't entirely accurate, as they still need to rely on individual brilliance from Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham. However, if England had a full squad with Declan Rice and Reece James, they could have delivered a better performance in the knockout rounds, where the Democratic Republic of Congo, with many Premier League stars, awaits. Therefore, if they want to bring football home, the 3 Lions need to improve their attacking play to make it more diverse. France and Argentina are absolutely outstanding. Finally, the 2 most impressive teams in the group stage are France and Argentina. They maintain their top position, as they did in Qatar 4 years ago. And this is why both are the strongest contenders for the championship title at this point. They possess 2 superstars who are competing for the World Cup goal-scoring record. It seems we still don't know which opponent is strong enough to stop them on their journey to conquer the championship. Look at how France dominated Group Y with 10 goals and a perfect 9 points. Kylian Mbappé and Ousmane Dembélé each scored 4 goals. Not to mention the superb performances from Michael Olise. It's no exaggeration to say that Didier Deschamps' team is ready to conquer all challenges ahead to set a milestone of 3 consecutive final appearances like Brazil did years ago. Perhaps France's defense still causes some concern, as in the match against Norway. However, their very strong attack is more than capable of neutralizing any opponent. Therefore, if any team cannot break down the super quartet led by Kylian Mbappé, they shouldn't dream of winning against the 2022 runner-up. Will Sweden, Germany, the Netherlands, and Spain be strong enough to stop France from reaching the gold trophy this time? Meanwhile, Argentina, with the superb Lionel Messi, is demonstrating its status as the reigning champion. 6 goals from a series of impressive performances are what Ian Punga is bringing to fans at this World Cup. Many even believe he is performing better than he did 4 years ago in Qatar. Therefore, the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner is Argentina's #1 hope in the next stage of the biggest football event on the planet. A relatively easy draw, with a potential opponent like Colombia, could provide a favorable opportunity for the South American representative to get closer to the championship title. It's true that the opponents in Group J aren't particularly strong, nor are the round of 16 and round of 8 ahead. But that doesn't mean we can underestimate the greatest player in World Cup history and his team. A team that understands each other so well, along with coach Lionel Scaloni's ability to help his players overcome challenges, will be crucial in leading Argentina to their goals set before this tournament. And that's the key information in today's video. If you find the content useful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest football clips from this channel. Please leave your comments and opinions in the comment section below so we can discuss and debate in a civil manner. Thank you for watching. I wish you good health, happiness, and continued love for football. Goodbye and see you again.